Since my dating advice my white dad gave me video dropped, a lot of people have been asking questions about my personal dating life. I'm just gonna spill the tea once and for all. Just to be all the way real with you, no, I honestly did not listen to the advice that I was given growing up. Not when I was younger, but I certainly listen to it now. In high school, I had an on and off high school sweetheart. He was the opposite of what my parents wanted for me in every single way. It was a little bit of like a Romeo and Juliet situation. He was just this corn-fed, southern-bred redneck, honestly. I was obsessed with this boy, and nobody understood what even attracted us to each other while we were together. I was this acidity pink princess. I've always been this. And he was just Confederate flag wearing redneck. His family and friends hated it. My family and friends hated it. I don't know, he just did it for me, and I think I did it for him. We tried to date other people, but then we'd always come back to each other. After I graduated high school, we were locked in, and nobody knew except my best friend. That was the most peaceful, loving time in our relationship. He proposed to me, and I said yes, and it was just like this little plain band, no diamond. I don't even know where he got that thing from, but he proposed, and I said yes. We're gonna move to Tennessee. I was gonna be barefoot and pregnant every year. He was gonna build us a house from scratch. It was beautiful. It was childish. It was everything teenage love should be. But back then I swore I was gonna marry him someday, but I realized some bigger dreams of mine. I got the opportunity to cheer in college, and if you are a competitive cheerleader, then you know that is a huge deal. I was so terrified of telling him that I was going to college as opposed to moving to Tennessee to be an 18-year-old bride and mother that I just didn't tell him. Easily the worst decision I've ever made in my life. I called him from on my way to college, letting him know, like, we're not getting married, I'm not moving with you, I'm gonna go cheer at school. It broke my heart, it broke his heart, and the next day, he committed suicide, and that hold on. Okay, we're composed. I couldn't date anyone, first of all, for a very long time, but when I did start to date again, I could not be with boys, with men. I couldn't. It just felt like such a betrayal. It's like, not only did you betray him by coming to college and choosing cheerleading over him, but now you're also just gonna date some other guy like he didn't exist, which, you know, I know now was not the way to think of it, but at the time, because of the timing of everything and with us, it just felt like 100% my fault. And so I spent a long time feeling like I had killed someone that I loved. Oh, Lord, okay. Whew, I'm gonna get through this video one way or another. You know what, let's get some wine. Cheers. So from then on, for a long time, years actually, I identified as a lesbian, because I got to the point where I was lonely enough to want romantic companionship, but I still felt so much guilt that I couldn't bring myself to be in a relationship with a man. So the only way that I could let myself be loved and to feel love for another person was to do that with a woman. That's the only thing that didn't feel like I was betraying him. So I know a lot of y'all have seen me on Netflix, and on the Netflix show I'm with a girl, so like y'all see me now and you're like, is this the same person? Like, what happened? Who are you? Yes, same person, hey. And you know, I have so much love and respect for my ex. I don't want this to be anything like that, but after my last relationship with a woman ended, I, you know, really sat with myself and came to some hard truths that I am a straight woman, you know. So I always laugh when I hear people say, nobody ever comes out as straight. Bitch, I did. Now everybody's like, you know what, just date who you want to date. We don't really need an announcement. Relationship ended, 3 years ago, I want to say, and from then I have been dating men and dating men intentionally, really vetting who I'm with and being mindful of how I'm treated, being mindful of what our future together would look like. And that all goes back to how I was raised, all of the dating advice from my father, my mother, my friends' parents. And because I have gone through all of that, I have chosen so many extreme opposite paths than the one that I was raised to follow, that I now know for me personally, the way that I was raised is the best way for me moving forward. So when I say in that video, this is really good advice, I mean it. And it's now the advice that now that I'm an adult, a mature adult who has, gone through a few things, I know I have been through enough, I have seen enough to know that for me, this is the only path forward. This is the only path that I want to be on. Smart, successful, ambitious men are the only men that I want to date moving forward. And thankfully, I am in a relationship with that exact guy. My life personally has gotten exponentially better since I started following the path that my parents had set out for me. I had to realize, my parents aren't trying to control me. They're not trying to live my life for me. They are genuinely wanting to see me do well. They want to see me, in a successful partnership. They want to see me have a strong family unit. And I'm at a point now where I also want those things for myself. So I'm so thankful for the lessons that they taught me. It seemed like I wasn't listening at the time, but I truly was. It just took me a while to realize, damn, my parents were right. I'm so thankful that they've given me those tools and that guidance in life. And as I follow it and level up, I'm taking you guys with me to share that advice with y'all too. Because if I can help even just one girl, that would mean the world to me. That would make everything I've ever gone through worth it.